Forecaster Zach Briscoe here with the Hazardous Weather Prediction Center. We're going to take a look at the GFS model and the Euro model for the possible weekend and then next week's storms. First, we're going to start off with the GFS, and what we see here, let's go over the storm. First off, here is our first storm on the GFS. Right there. And this is the upper level 500 millibar vorticities associated with it. Kind of separate of what it looked before. It was kind of a whole storm, but now it kind of broke off a little piece here. This heads up into the lakes, and what happens on the GFS is the storm remains pretty weak on GFS, and what happens with that is it pretty much, the weakness of the storm, there it is right there. See some precipitation here breaking out across mid-Atlantic and northeast. Mainly some rain, maybe some ice, a little bit of snow up to the north right in here. But it's pretty weak of a storm. And that's going to play major implications on the second storm, and here it comes. As you can see, with that warm air, the storm is not strong enough. It doesn't really pull down the cold air. It remains relatively warm. Here's the 850 line on the GFS, which looks really wacky as well. With the storm especially going up the coast, usually you get 850 line along the coast. So the GFS this evening, I just don't really believe it. It doesn't look too believable, but a more accurate model that we use is the European model. We'll take a look at that here. This is thanks to Storm Vista. We'll take a look at the European model. Now, you have a little different scenario. The European develops a much stronger first system, which is setting up here, which is creating a block for our second system. It also pulls down cold air for our second system. Now as we go forward in time, you can see the low here, it's starting to turn negative, which you want if you want to see a storm go up the coast. We have a little primary, but then we start to get our secondary low, and there you go. You have a strong low going up the coast, and you have your cold air right through here. We can see it better. Let's take a little zoom in with the precipitation. Now, here's your 850 line on the Euro, much farther south than the GFS. And here's the precipitation. Here's your coastal storm starting to work up right in there. Let's move on to the next hour. This is where things really start getting interesting. Now look what we have here. This is much different than the GFS. 850 line right there, kind of going down I-95, and you got some heavy snow going on in this area there. And there's your low, and with the 500 millibar the way it looks, the low is going to go up in that direction. So we'll go on to the next one to show you that. Boom, there goes your low. And look at this. There's your 850 line, and this area right in through here is absolutely getting crushed with heavy snow on this run. There's your low. Look at that. That is a strong low, 984 millibars, and that continues to head up northeast. It will bring one more frame of heavy precipitation. A deform band there. You got heavy snow falling in this region here. So there's massive differences between the GFS and the Euro. This storm is still a week away, so there's going to be a lot of differences. But there's a strong signal for a storm. The question is where it's going to go exactly. Now, two of the more reliable models, GFS and Euro, have it going up the coast, just how much cold air is going to work in. Some other models, not so reliable, like the Canadian, have this, don't even really develop this storm. But we'll continue to watch this for you over the next several days and bring you daily updates with these kind of videos.